Welcome into the emergency department. I'm David Hogan, a physiotherapist from Australia. This is the first and only place you should go for your injury information in the world of Supercross and Motocross. Let's get straight into the injury updates from the SuperMotocross playoffs as we head to the final round in the LA Coliseum. Austin Faulkner has pulled out of the Supermotocross rounds after round one. He missed out on Chicago. He's not going to be at LA this week. Reports are that he re-aggravated his knee from a twist at Ironman a few weeks ago. It wasn't coping too well. He's pulled out. Now, he's reportedly having issues with swelling. That's not a good sign. Knees don't swell for no reason. Ideally, there's nothing major going on, and his week or two will let him get recovered, ready for boot camp coming up here in October. But if it continues to swell, there's a chance that he might need further cleanup. We're thinking something along the lines of a meniscus damage. Hopefully nothing more sinister than that. But watch this space to see if we can find out more information about Austin's knee as we get closer into the off-season and pre-season here for the AMA season. Carson Mumford is unfortunately missing out on the final rounds of the Supermotocross as well. He was at round one, didn't compete in Moto 2 due to illness. We've checked in with the team after their team PR that indicated he was out for the rest of the season. They have confirmed with AlwaysMoto that he is suffering from illness and won't be at these final two rounds, as in this last round now that's happening here at LA this weekend. He did miss Chicago as well. Hopefully he will be recovered in a week or two, just obviously not in a state that he's able to race to his maximum capacity at this point in time due to that illness. Unfortunately, that will probably be the end of his time with Pro Circuit Kawasaki as well. So I have to watch this area and see where he'll end up for 2024. Kyle Chisholm is having issues with a knee injury. We believe it might be linked to a knee injury that he had partway through the Supercross season. The HEP press release this week confirmed that he hasn't been able to ride during the week, and that showed in his results at Chicago. He is reportedly going to be at the final round this weekend in LA. Again, probably underdone from this knee injury. We'll have to wait and see how that responds after a week or so after the season to see if he needs any surgical intervention. Hopefully not, but we'll have to wait and see. He does have a few weeks now once this season finishes before his next intended race, which I believe would just be the World Supercross round in Abu Dhabi. So I have to wait and see if he's able to do that, or if the surgery is required, if that pushes that back and he misses that round and the final round of World Supercross. Time will tell. From the Troy Lee Gas press release this week, we hear that Pierce Brown was not feeling the best at Chicago. Bit of an illness there for Pierce that probably prevented him from showing his best efforts at Chicago. Ideally, these few days he's been able to recover and will be fully fit again for LA, but we'll have to wait and see. It seems there is some sort of illness going around the pits for the Supermotocross playoff series here. Obviously, we had Levi Kitchen and Carson Mumford at the initial rounds being ill. Now we have Pierce Brown. Wonder if it's just some sort of cold with a change of seasons in America, heading into that colder period out of summer, and they're traveling through all these airports, or whether it's something else that they're dealing with. Maybe we no reports at this stage, but it is the end of the season. Maybe there's some fatigue kicking in at this point as well. I have to find out a little bit more information before we can confirm any of that. Ideally for Pierce, he's just fit and recovered, healthy, ready for LA this weekend. And just another final comment. We've brought him up a couple of times now in these recent updates, but Ty Masterpool still riding through this appendix issue. Call me a little bit skeptical on this one, but I still can't understand how he hasn't had to go and have that surgery to have that appendix removed. As far as I'm aware, and as I say in the introductions of the podcast, I'm not a doctor. I am a physiotherapist. It doesn't make sense that he has been able to just take antibiotics and get through this one, because usually they burst. That's why they have to be taken out as an emergency procedure. Somehow it's working for him. He's riding okay. Ideally, he's probably got a booking on Monday after LA to get that appendix removed. To wait and see how that all plays out, and if he makes it this far to LA, because like I keep saying, it can burst at any time. Well done on Ty for getting through these in this manner. I just don't understand how it's happening, but well done, Ty. That's the updates from the AlwaysMoto Emergency Department segment. If you haven't already found us on our full episode of our podcast, check out your favorite player to find us on the podcast platform. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel here, like this video down here, over there, wherever it is, subscribe to the channel. Please do so before you get off this video. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more throughout the off-season, pre-season, and we'll be here again in 2024.